All of us as human beings look for security. This applies to everything, from internet networks to our homes, schools, churches, and workplaces. We want to think that everything is going to be all right, or in the words of Julian of Norwich, all shall be well. The Lord helped her understand in one of her visions that despite all the pain brought by sin, at the end, everything shall be well. But what happens before that? And what's the role of our faith? Can our trust in God help us overcome our fears? There are very few prayers that express so well the feelings of trust and safety as Psalm 22:23. The Lord is my shepherd, there is nothing I shall want. In the Old Testament, we find a strong tradition that presents the unfaithful leaders of Israel as bad shepherds. In opposition to this, God is presented as the good shepherd of his people. This literary tradition is the background for the words of Jesus that we find in the Gospel of John chapter 10. But his words and the presentation of himself as good shepherd goes beyond the ancient prophecies. His relationship with his sheep flows from his unique relationship with the Father. Because of the love and knowledge of the Father and the Son, he will lay down his life for his sheep. Today, I invite you to pray with the Gospel of John, chapter 10, verses 9 to 15. We'll follow the steps and attitudes of Lectio Divina that I explained in previous videos. Reading. What's the text saying? Meditation. What's the text telling me? Prayer. What do I tell God? And what is God telling me? Contemplation. Dwell in God's presence and love. And these are the main attitudes. Listen with the ear of the heart. Listen deeply. Adore, recognizing in the text more than words and ideas. And finally, bear fruit. Something has to change in my life after I listen to the Word of God. Jesus is the door of the sheep because he is the mediator who will provide what we need for life. Contrary to others who are thieves and robbers and are only interested in personal gain, following him gives us the true freedom, as it saves us and allows us to come in and go out and find pasture. The proof of his genuine care for us is that he is willing to lay down his life for us. He won't leave us when the wolf comes, as others would do. Jesus knows us, and we know him. Yes, we know him. This knowledge, which affects not only our heads, but also our hearts, allows us to enter into the relationship between the Father and the Son. Only there, in this knowledge and love that frees us and saves us, in this one embrace, the embrace of the Father and the Son, we can be safe. Placed before this incredible mystery of love, we can only pray, adore, and contemplate. Jesus, you are truly my good shepherd. How can I thank you for such great love? There are no merits that could make me deserve your love and salvation. You're giving your life to spare mine. Not my merits, but my needs. My poverty moves you. You know that only you can provide for me, and you are willing to pay any price so that I can have life and life in abundance. Teach me to listen and discern your voice among the voices of others. Don't let my brothers and sisters listen to the voices of those who would lead us astray. Speak to our hearts so that you will be our one shepherd and we will be your one flock. Speak to our hearts and teach us that following you in humility doesn't diminish our freedom. Your mercy exalts us so high, where we never thought we could reach. You make us your brothers and sisters, sons and daughters of your Father, our Father. I want to remain in your embrace, in your love. I want to follow your voice. And if I go astray, I or any of your children, carry us back over your shoulders, the same shoulders that carry your cross, our cross. When we spend time with the Lord in prayer, we learn to recognize His voice, guiding us in His Word, in His church, and in the circumstances of our lives. What is preventing me from listening to the voice of the Good Shepherd? Do I need to spend more time in prayer? Do I need to turn off all the voices, making silence at least for some time every day? Do I need to quiet down the voice of negativity and criticism of others and myself that runs constantly in my head? These and other questions help us to put into practice the word that we just heard. Listen to your heart and follow the direction of the Spirit. If it's the Spirit of Christ, it will bring you and others life in abundance. And be grateful, because gratefulness is always the fruit and the source of prayer. This is Sister Maria at Our Lady of the Angels Monastery, and here at the monastery we are praying for you. Thank you for watching.